Hi there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for May 2022. And don't forget, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what's going on when it comes to your May? Well, we'll start with the sun. Where is the attention, enhancement, and support coming from, and where is it going? Well, for the first 20 days of the month, we've got the sun in Taurus, your 11th house of friendships, social networking, your loftiest goals and ambitions and ideals. And this can also include big adventures, pleasure adventures, and travel adventures as well. With the sun in your 11th house, there is an opportunity for you to establish a lot of deeper bonds with very special people that you would consider to be the core of your entourage, your fellowship, your brotherhood, your sisterhood. But what's also really cool about the sun here is that we're getting a lot of contributions from these people and from these networks to take plans, ideals, and ambitions of ours in new directions so that they can be greater enhanced and perhaps even yield bigger results or even come to us much more quickly than maybe we had estimated or planned for ourselves. With the sun in the 11th house, you are becoming very popular, and there is also a deepening of bonds that are very, very promising both on and off the job. So your personal life and your professional life are being enhanced by this. This is also a time where you may be noticing that the atmosphere and the environment around a lot of your friendships and a lot of your closest contacts is transforming into something that is becoming a lot more supportive of not only more heartfelt or heart-centered connections, but ones that are much more productive, all at the same time. We have, after the 20th, the sun moving on into Gemini for the duration of May and even going on into June. With the sun in your 12th house of your past, privacy, the hidden zone, anything related to old business, old desires, or, aspects of yourself that are back in time, the sun is giving you an opportunity to go through a bit of a restoration and resurrection cycle. With the sun in the 12th house, we get a chance to bring back to life aspects of ourselves or pursuits or maybe life paths or lifestyles that we do miss and that we do recall fondly that can now be put back into play. This can also show up for the recovery of resources, whether these are financial resources or social resources, usually both with the sun in the 12th house. Pay close attention to where you're getting a chance to go back and recover things or resurrect things that even you yourself thought you had to give up, or you may be released, put on the table, set up on a shelf as part of a compromise or something that we did to be practical, but we don't have to leave it that way. This can also show you where openings that were once closed are now opened, even if you turned your back on them. Mars, the planet of action, passion, energy, and that obstacle-clearing driving force, is in Pisces through the 24th of the month. This is your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, your spiritual path and practice, and your reach, your ability to connect with people. And with Mars in the 9th house, there is a focus on eliminating limitations, eliminating containments, whether these are limitations imposed on you in terms of your freedom of movement, your ability to maybe get out of your bubble, the people that you've been dealing with, if you've been feeling like you've been kind of stuck, if there was maybe some kind of contract, agreement, or policy that you have been made to operate in accordance with. Mars here is helping you to shatter those bonds and cut those chains, even if these were things that you yourself may have consented to once upon a time. We also see Mars helping you to accelerate growth with a very important alliance that you may either have now or will have show up during this period, which is going to take you to a space where you are able to bring about some kind of very important social or deeply personal shift in a spiritual relationship, a family relationship, or a romantic relationship. What I also like about Mars here is that you are getting lifted up by somebody that could be seen as a champion to your cause. And you may also find that you are doing a lot of work in breaking out of a limitation or breaking a limit that other people around you have failed to break, whether this is breaking, I don't know, maybe some kind of tradition or convention that has been very self-limiting or imposed on your community, your neighborhood, your family, your culture, your religion. Some of you may find with Mars in the 9th house as well, you are getting a chance to undo something that was maybe brought forth into being or made normal in one of these spaces or environments. And it's really giving you this liberation of, experience throughout this month and, of course, carrying on into the future. After the 24th, Mars enters Aries, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, your prominence, your status, as well as anything relating to promotions and the mark you want to make on the world. And Mars will be here from the 24th of May well into June. And this is a time where a lot of you Cancerian people are getting a chance to be lifted up in status and station in your business or in your workforce, in your job, because a lot of competitive opportunities are being thrown at you left and right. Now, you do have to be ready to compete every now and then, but compete sportingly. Mars in the 10th house can sometimes make for some very tense debates or some, very neck and neck struggles every once in a while, especially when it comes to important assignments or career pursuits. But Mars is also drumming up a lot of quick cash for you at the same time. Because as I always say, with Mars in a financial area, such as houses 2, 6, or 10, in this case 10 for you, you are going to most likely be working overtime a lot. However, Mars is helping you break through a lot of glass ceilings. You're getting a chance to not only get away from some kind of limitation to your hours or how much money you can, pull in every single month, but I do see the potential for some serious promotions or even advantageous transitions or transfers or new job opportunities coming between the 24th of May and the end of June as well. Venus, the planet of love, favor, popularity, and affection, is also in your 10th house of career pretty much all month, from the 2nd of May through the 28th of May. And when Venus is here, we are seeing this opportunity for you to make a lot of money really, really fast without having to do a great deal of work. Now, yes, Mars was already promising overtime, but what we are pulling in from those gifts, from that generosity that is coming to us through the workforce, or through our business or through our clientele, with Venus there, it's putting us way ahead of where we thought we would be at this time of year. This is also a time where Venus in the 10th house is giving you a chance to create a stronger relationship with those that you would consider to be very influential or, strong authorities in your field or at your office or maybe in your industry in such a way where you are getting a chance to not only get their help and support in lifting yourself up, but also getting clued in to some groundbreaking, cutting edge opportunities that may not necessarily be a part of the work culture yet. You're kind of predicting culture at this point in time. Venus here is also giving you a bit of a rise as far as how well known you are or what your business or what your skills are, and you may be put front and center in a lot of spaces to help direct others. Mercury, the planet of communications, haste, as well as productivity, is behaving in a funny way this month. We've got Mercury direct in Gemini through the 10th, and then we've got Mercury retrograde in Gemini from the 10th through the 22nd, and then from the 22nd of May through the 3rd of June, Mercury is retrograde in Taurus. So we're going to break it down one at a time. Mercury direct in your 12th house of your past, privacy, the hidden zone, anything relating to, again, old business or things going on behind the scenes for the first 10 days of the month is giving you a lot of advantages when it comes to having shortcuts, secrets, yes, maybe private information come across your desk or come to you. A lot of things being given and shared with you in confidence. Now, I'm going to warn you right now, Cancerian people, this is coming to you in confidence. This is not meant for you to get some advantage in secret and then plaster your social media on it, plaster it all over your social media like some belligerent idiot or scream it from the rooftops. We know who that person is. And they shouldn't even be subscribed to my channel. I can't imagine they would at this point. But you want to make sure that you are taking these advantages that are coming your way and putting them to use in a way that serves you privately. This, again, does look like it's yielding some very strong financial benefits. This is a very lucrative month for the Cancerian people. And this is also going to give you an opportunity to speed up developments with something that has been going on behind the scenes but has been taking too long to grow in your life, whether these are important conversations, special side projects, or maybe things that you are trying to do for your family, for your home, or even on your own private time, wherever you can find that time. This is where we are accelerating growth and catching everybody up. After the 10th, right, from the 10th to the 22nd, Mercury is retrograde in this 12th house. And there may be some points this month, especially in the middle, where secrets are still getting revealed, but it may not feel as comfortable or as familiar, as advantageous as it was when Mercury was direct. And that is because we are having to go and check our own personal history. Mercury retrograde in the 12th house can sometimes show us where revisionist history, narratives, old beliefs or understandings that we had about maybe old friendships or old jobs, old investments, old family situations, old romances, new information's coming to light. And we may find that certain things about our history or about old stories are not entirely true, and we are going to need to revise how we reflect upon those things, because sometimes we have to make some corrections in that way. Sometimes those corrections are very positive. Maybe we thought something awful was happening when it turns out it wasn't, and so, somebody's redeemed. We have to evolve on our stance about a certain person or a certain situation. Maybe, again, an old opportunity comes back on the table. And sometimes we may find that something we thought was beautiful or wonderful or true blue is not. And so we have to take things as they come. After the 22nd, Mercury retrogrades all the way back into Taurus, your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And this, thank goodness, is one of the easiest places to have Mercury retrograde. There really isn't a whole lot of problems here because with Mercury retrograde in the 11th house, it's more like a reunion experience. You are getting a chance to reconnect with people that you already like, right? We're talking about old friends from like old jobs, little high school reunion types of moments, people that you are already on good terms with that you may have lost touch with. And so allow for that reunion to also happen where the opportunities present, because May 22nd through June 3rd is going to be very sweet on you Cancerian people, where it may be a little bit not so much for the rest of us. We also have Jupiter, the planet of wealth, expansion, novelty, and luck, doing a big move this month as well. Jupiter is entering Aries on May 10th, where Jupiter will remain through the 28th of October. And so we've got wealth, expansion, novelty, and luck moving into your 10th house of career, upward mobility, promotions, status, and station. With Jupiter here, absolutely, this is going to be a very strong taste of how good 2023 is going to be. Between May 10th and October 28th, you're going to notice rapid jumps in terms of your earning power. A lot of you are going to be up for promotion. If not promotion, certainly a chance to take on a job that's going to feel like a huge salary hike for you. because Jupiter is all about setting you up with the comfort, the power, and the resources to be able to make a huge page turn or even change books when it comes to your life story and your material surroundings. Jupiter in the 10th house not only gives you a chance to make a big break, some of you may find you are getting discovered during this May 10th to October 28th period, and we also have a serious life cycle shift coming in as well. And you're going to notice that old desires or maybe old stories are thematically presenting themselves once again from 12 and 24 years ago. But I want to stress that, again, these are overwhelmingly positive. These are big breaks, things that maybe we wish we stuck with, things that we wish we could have claimed or followed through with. Jupiter is giving this back to you. So maybe do some introspection. What was going on 12 and 24 years ago that was a beautiful opportunity that we wish we could redo, or something that we didn't have a chance to take on? Sometimes people hate me when I do, reminder stuff of back when. Don't focus on the negative with Jupiter. That's your own fault if you decide to get caught up there. Jupiter reviving positive 12 and 24-year cycles is working for you. And a lot of blessings are coming through with that. We also have a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which is occurring on May 16th. And this is going to be opening up a 3-month window period for everybody. It's a super full moon, right? Not a super moon, excuse me, but it's a full moon lunar eclipse, so it's a full moon amplified. Instead of just a 2-week window of influence, we're going to be feeling the influence of this eclipse from May 16th through mid-August. And this is falling in your 5th house of love, romance, and partnerships, and your relationships with your children, recreation, creativity. A full moon here is starting you off on a new path in your love life or in parenthood by closing the door or closing a lifestyle or eliminating a status quo that you have kept up until now. This is a time where a lot of single Cancerian people are more than likely going to be meeting somebody that they are going to get a chance to have that long-term partnership with, however the terms of that partnership are, again, between May 16th and August 15th. This is also a time where a lot of you who've maybe been thinking about expanding on your family, having children, conceiving children, are very, very blessed. And this is also a time for those of you who are currently involved to take your relationship up a level by eliminating something that has been sort of a normal pattern or a familiar lifestyle or routine and bringing in something much more true to where you are now versus where you have been. New love languages, expressions of intimacy, as well as new commitments abound for everybody. Finally, we have a new moon in Gemini, your 12th house of your past, privacy, the hidden zone. We've talked about that quite a bit in this video. And this is falling on the 30th of the month. And a new moon, of course, is all about seed planting and new beginnings. And in the 2 weeks following this new moon, so from May 30th to about the 14th, 15th of June, you are going to be getting a chance to, yes, bring something back to life, because a new moon in the 12th house is another emphasizer of that resurrection. What is it you would like to do again? What did you used to have that you would like to have now? What kind of story? What kind of, maybe it's, a job. Maybe it's something you'd like to go back to in your vocation, your career, a place you would much rather live, or a dream you used to follow. Maybe this is having to do with a certain aspect in your health you would like to get back in touch with. The sky is the limit, but you are going to have to be able to look within. So that is what I've got for you Cancerian people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. Y'all take care, and I will see you again soon.